Our top story here. You may have received a scam text message about a job opportunity, but what one Twin Cities woman experienced took that attempted job fraud to a much more sophisticated level.
Yeah, this is a crazy story. Extensive virtual interviews and remarkably authentic-looking company benefits plans. All of it a fraud to get both personal information and cash. Rob Olson is live in our newsroom tonight. So Rob, we've been talking about this story. This is really an important warning about how far scam artists can go, because they really went really far in this story.
A lot of time here and a lot of very, very believable information being shared here. We're talking about a high-level executive position, interviews that went into remarkable depth and knowledge, and also talking about how our ever-changing virtual working world has turned even job interviews into potential elaborate scams.
And Rob, you know that she got really far down the line with these folks. It seemed so real every step of the way. And then eventually, when she realized that this was just a fraud, she did reach out to the company, correct? And talk to them about what was happening?
She did. Very much the first thing she did is contact this company in California to say what had happened, and they were just absolutely shell-shocked by this and distraught that they were being impersonated at such a sophisticated level to this extent. But again, she wants to share her story here. You know, a lot of people might be embarrassed to share this, but she said she thinks it's very important to let others know, again, how elaborate this can become.
Being embarrassed about it doesn't serve anybody. It doesn't serve me. It certainly doesn't serve the people that could potentially be impacted by this.
Vanessa Nelson wants everyone to know how she got taken in by a very sophisticated scam. As a veteran business executive and management consultant, she's used to getting emails from recruiters.
Most of us in this industry get them all the time.
The job she was approached about was a VP position working remotely for a real tech company in California. She found a matching position listed on several job websites, and she spent 6 to 8 hours on interviews over 10 days. The first round was a couple-hour chat that was very detailed and in-depth. The next rounds were either phone calls or virtual meetings with several people, but never on camera, partly because she was on vacation.
They said, well, for this next couple rounds, let's just stick with audio only. When you're back in town and then you've got your business attire, then we can do it face-to-face. This is the benefits. Oh, they had me sign a code of conduct, which is a detailed document of, I mean, how would they have that?
But the very authentic-looking offer letter and benefits package came before any on-camera chat occurred. She then filled out the forms, including her social security number and bank information. That is a standard part of onboarding.
Again, with a largely remote culture, it didn't seem that weird.
But the red flag came when they wanted her to purchase about $15,000 worth of equipment and software directly from a vendor using a cash app transfer. She then insisted on an on-camera meeting and made clear her suspicions, and never heard from them again.
No matter what your background is and how long you've been in industry and your experience, this can impact anyone, and especially when the job is something that looks really darn cool.
Yeah, so scary, Rob, especially if you're talking about a real company that's being impersonated by somebody else. But she did discover some red flags along the way, like having to purchase that equipment. What other warnings does she have for people?
Well, you know, and again, she said it's kind of a different world here where people may not use cameras. This is a tech company. They said we're kind of a non-camera culture. We'll do it later. What she said here is that if anybody's recruiting you, as she did, through an email, and again, impersonating a real company, first thing you should do is call that real company and verify that this position is there, that they've reached out to you, that the person you've talked to, again, is authentic. In this case, it wasn't. That company was, again, just flabbergasted that this occurred. So those are the steps to take. In addition, she also took immediate steps to protect her bank information and freezing her credit. An important thing, too, if you're ever in a situation where you're concerned you might have been taken.
Oh, I know it's probably hard for her to go public with this, but it's so important to give other people a heads up that this is happening. All right. Thanks, Rob Olson, in our newsroom tonight.